Thank you for visiting our channel. Please like, share and subscribe for more exciting food videos. Now that we've got the base, it's time to add some really exciting ingredients to make this soup even more amazing. Preparation steps for crab and shrimp soup. Bringing a delicious crab and shrimp soup to life starts with careful preparation. Each step ensures the flavors come together perfectly, giving you a dish that truly feels like comfort in a bowl. Here's how to set yourself up for success. Making the broth. The broth is the heartbeat of the soup, infusing every spoonful with rich depth. A homemade broth beats store-bought any day, and it's simpler than you think. Seafood broth. Save the shells from your crab and shrimp. Toss them into a large pot with water, onion, garlic, and celery. Simmer for 30 to 45 minutes to extract the briny flavor. Strain and keep the liquid. You've just crafted a base that sings with the taste of the sea. Vegetable broth. No seafood shells? No problem. Use chopped veggies like carrots, celery, onions, and garlic. Add fresh herbs, like thyme or parsley, to elevate the flavor. Let it simmer for 45 minutes. Tomato twist. If you prefer a slightly tangier soup, add whole peeled tomatoes or tomato paste to the broth. It pairs beautifully with seafood and enriches the flavor. Homemade broth doesn't require fancy skills, just a bit of time. The reward is a robust base that ties all the ingredients together. Preparing the seafood. Fresh seafood is the soul of this soup, so give it special attention. Taking time to clean and prep it right makes all the difference. Cleaning crab. Whether you're using whole crab or pre-picked meat, freshness is key. If you choose whole crabs, cook them first, steamed or boiled for about 10 minutes, then crack them open to extract the meat. Don't forget to remove cartilage and shells. Shrimp prep. For shrimp, remove the shells and devein them using a small knife. This ensures a clean, grit-free bite. Leave the tails on for presentation, or remove them for easier eating. Be gentle with the seafood, it's delicate. Overcooking or rough handling will dull the flavor and texture. Combining ingredients. Once your broth and seafood are ready, it's time to bring everything together. This is where the soup starts to take shape. Start with aromatics. Heat oil or butter in a soup pot. Sauté onion, garlic, and celery until soft. This builds a base with layers of flavor. Add the broth. Pour in the broth you've prepared. Bring it to a gentle simmer so the aromatics and liquid melt together. Introduce vegetables, potatoes, corn, carrots, or even bell peppers. Now's the time to toss them in. Go for a nice mix of colors and textures. Combine with a stirring hand, and keep your eye on how everything looks and smells. Cooking soup is as much about intuition as it is about following a recipe. Cooking time and temperature. Cooking seafood soup is all about balance. Cook it long enough to meld the flavors, but keep the seafood tender. Simmer, don't boil. Bring the pot to a gentle simmer. Boiling too hard can make the seafood tough and ruin the delicate flavor. Add crab and shrimp last. Crab and shrimp cook quickly. Toss them in during the final 5 to 7 minutes of cooking. You'll know shrimp is done when it turns pink and opaque. Crab meat usually just needs to be heated through. Keep it low and slow. This allows the broth to work its magic without overcooking the ingredients. Final touches. The soup's nearly done, but small finishing touches can elevate the dish from good to great. Season to taste. Start with salt and black pepper. Add a sprinkle of Old Bay or a pinch of cayenne if you want a little heat. Fresh herbs. Top the soup with chopped parsley, dill, or thyme for a pop of freshness. Citrus brightness. Serve lemon wedges on the side or squeeze a bit of fresh lemon juice over the soup just before serving. Garnish for texture. Crunchy croutons, a drizzle of olive oil, or even a swirl of cream can take the presentation up a notch. Serve your soup in wide bowls with a warm baguette or crackers on the side. It's these final touches that make a meal feel complete and restaurant quality. By following these steps, you're not just making soup, you're creating an experience. Variations of crab and shrimp soup. Not all crab and shrimp soups are created equal. Depending on the flavors you want to highlight, this versatile dish can take on many delicious forms. From the bold spices of Cajun cooking to the comforting creaminess of a chowder or the light, fragrant notes of Asian-inspired soups, there's a variation for every palate. Let's break down 3 popular approaches to creating crab and shrimp soup. Crab and shrimp gumbo. Gumbo brings a taste of Louisiana straight to your bowl. This Cajun classic combines crab and shrimp with a dark roux, bold spices, and hearty ingredients for a rich and flavorful experience. Here's what makes crab and shrimp gumbo stand out. The roux. A proper gumbo starts with a roux, a mix of flour and oil cooked until it's a deep brown. This is the foundation for the dish's deep, nutty flavor. Make sure to stir constantly. Burning the roux is a Cajun kitchen sin. The Holy Trinity. In Louisiana cooking, onion, bell pepper, and celery are known as the Holy Trinity. These aromatics form the backbone of most gumbo recipes. Cajun seasoning. Spices like paprika, cayenne, thyme, and garlic powder bring heat and depth. A sprinkle of Old Bay seasoning ties it all together. Okra and andouille. Okra acts as a natural thickener, while smoky andouille sausage adds even more savory flavor. To prepare, after creating your roux, simmer it with broth, your aromatics and the Cajun seasonings. Add the crab and shrimp toward the end to keep them tender. Serve over steamed rice for a hearty, soul-warming meal. That's all for part 2. Don't go anywhere, part 3 is coming up next with the final touches. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, share and subscribe.